talk to me.
My mind definitely tried to wander quite a bit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And it was a little tricky, too, because it knew that if I started thinking about work that I'd shut that out. So what I started wondering about was class and whether I would share and, what was going on for other people. So it was really trying to get away from me and not be in the present.
Yeah, right. So you know what I mean by herding cats.
Mm-hmm.
So, and then, were there periods when you forgot what you were supposed to be doing?
Oh,
yeah. And then, did you notice that moment when you kind of woke up again to
yeah.
And what did you think of that moment, the subjective quality of it, the feel of it?
Well, there's certainly a clarity because you just realize that this is not the moment you're supposed to be in.
Yeah, right. Wouldn't it be nice to have that clarity all the time?
No.
Yeah. Okay. Good. And when that happens and you have that clarity, try to keep that as long as you can from that moment, even though you're gently returning your attention back to the breath. Try to retain that presence and clarity. Thanks. Anyone else? Yes.
It was fun to examine that sensation of the cold air getting my nose. I don't feel it on my lip and in the top of my nose.
Yeah.
The cool air and the warm air coming out. And enjoying that sensation.
Yes.
And as thoughts arose, I was able to, just short flashes of the voices in the other room gave me a picture of people talking in the bright room. I had this other feeling for the last piece. I enjoyed for a long period of time sensations of color. Purple and blue, rosary material. Still, I could focus on the true sensation of breathing and not break that close.
That's right. Yeah. You don't. I don't know if anybody else could hear her, but the things that I want to just comment on is she found the experience enjoyable in a variety of ways. She really enjoyed becoming aware of all of the different qualities of the sensations of the air as it moved in and out, how the air comes in cold and it goes out warm, and so forth. She became aware that when there was the sound of people in the other room, that it gave rise to an image of a sort of inner visual image of the people in that room, and that she noticed colors and textures visually and things like that. So there was a lot to enjoy in the experience, and that is really important. There is, whenever you are in the present moment, what's happening in terms of your sensations and your mind, it is, on the one hand, it's interesting. On the other hand, it can be very pleasant, amusing, enjoyable. And also, what's important is just that subjective feeling of enjoying what you're doing. So if you want your meditation to be successful, make sure that the pleasantness of the experiences that are there, that you don't disregard them, that you pay attention to them. There's much to be learned. And as soon as you just simply try to continuously be aware of the sensations of your breath, you're going to start learning all kinds of things. And so take delight in the discoveries and the experience. Anything else you'd like to add to that? No? Okay. Well, thank you for that. Yes, Neil.
I think you said that when you do come back to the breathing after a wandering, you actually notice that.
Yeah.
And I took that to mean try to enjoy it for a moment, the fact that you did come back,
Yeah.
before you go back to just focusing on the breathing.
Yeah.
And I did like doing that. It felt like I was getting a better training benefit from that experience because I stayed with enjoying the fact that I was again thinking about my breathing.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that's a good tip. It keeps you from thinking about, oh crap, I wandered.
That's yes.
I
Right.
came back. Yeah.
That's right. Yeah. Very good. And try not to get into the oh crap, I wandered kind of thinking. Because that remember that is it's normal for your mind to do that. And so getting down on yourself because your mind did what's normal doesn't help in any way. But what is it that did everyone here experience some mind wandering? Yeah? Okay, so we all know we're all talking about the same thing. So if you think about it, your mind was wandering and you were really lost in the thought that had taken you, or that you were in at that moment. You were lost in it. There was a tangible degree of unawareness. Well, it didn't become tangible until you became aware again, but you were tangibly disconnected there. And then something, and it definitely wasn't you, was it? Something made you aware. Something brought you back into present moment awareness. That mysterious something that you don't have any conscious and intentional control over, because you're lost when it happens, that is what's important, not the fact that your mind wandered. And so if you can appreciate that, if you can enjoy the experience of waking up to the present moment, it's going to have the effect on your mind of encouraging that unconscious process to take place more readily in the future, more easily, more rapidly. And so you're going to come back into present moment awareness more often, more and more often, more and more quickly. Yes?
I found it. Usually I'm used to meditating with my eyes open, and I don't know if it's because I'm approaching finals, but the demon of sleep really grabbed me while I was meditating.
The which did?
The demon of sleep.
Oh, okay.
Well, or the attempt at it. And I was just wondering about, I remember from the reading, if you run into that, you can kind of like increase the vividness of your experience with the object of your meditation, and that helped kind of abate it a little.
Yes, okay. If you're having a lot of drowsiness or dullness, meditating with your eyes open is a very good way to counter that. And I suggested to everyone meditating with their eyes closed this time. But it is also good to learn to meditate with your eyes open and do it whenever you need to do it. So you did the right thing by opening your eyes. There are other ways of dealing with drowsiness and dullness too, which I'll talk about as we go along. It's going to come up a lot more. Anything else? Yes.
As you asked us to observe the horizon, the ball of the abdomen, I suddenly feel another reason, and that made me a little bit curious. Then suddenly I realized that it is the bumping of my heart, pumping the blood into the tissue of my body.
Yes.
So I feel it's interesting, and it means that the clarity of my mind increased. So I feel happy about that. Another thing is that I can aware that the conception of I is create the boundary of my body, and the environment is always there. I don't know, it has no substantiality, but it's there.
Mm-hmm.
I just keep observing that. I think it's interesting. The I always there, but I think it's like a phenomenon, but it's always there. Right? I just keep seeing that, and that's it.
The sense of your body is always there.
Yeah, and now the conceptualization of I is very closely related with my body sensation.
Yeah.
That's the boundary of inner side of body and the outside.
Yes.
Outside world.
Yes.
It's there.
That's right. Yes. Yes. Our body is really the first definition of I that the mind creates, and it's the most obvious one, and it's the one that's always there. And of course, as you examine more closely, you start to you see that boundary can shift, and you can separate the sense of I from your body and so forth. And we'll talk about that more as we go along too, I hope. We don't have a lot of time, but I hope in the time that we do have, we'll have a chance to talk about that. Yeah, the important thing though is, yes, it's the things that are there to be discovered through simply just doing the simple practice of trying to be in the present, continuously aware of your breath. You're not shutting anything else off. So it allows you to start discovering all of these other things. You just naturally notice. Like one person naturally noticed that when she hears a sound, an image arises to sort of explain that sound, and you naturally notice the origins of the sense of I and the sense of the body and the boundary between what's self and what's outside. So there's just unlimited things to be discovered that will just show themselves to you as we do this. All right, I'm going to give you a few minutes to take a break, use the washroom, things like that. What I'd like you to do is to stay focused. In order to stay focused, let's please not talk to each other. And just try to stay in the present moment as much as possible. As you get up, you walk around, go to the washroom, have a drink, whatever it is that you do. Stay in the present moment. And if you find thoughts that are carrying you off into the past or the future or something else, just bring yourself back to the present. Okay?